19 The Coffee House opened its doors to the community of Cambourne in March 2010. The name comes from the distinctive 19-mile-per-hour speed limit, so familiar during the early years of this new development. 4 years on, it's thriving, offering a warm welcome and a sense of community, alongside fair trade coffee, homemade cakes and other treats. Hosting a coffee house was part of the church's vision for this building. It's one way in which we, as a church, are living out the openness, welcome and hospitality of our core gospel values within Cambourne.
19 has always been managed and run by a team of volunteers coming from both the church and wider community. The support was received from South Cambs District Council, Cambourne Parish Council, and the crier was also important, especially while we were getting started.
I think at first we saw it primarily as an opportunity to serve the community through good coffee and a welcoming place where people could meet friends or just find a moment to be still.
For many of our customers, 19 forms part of their weekly routine. We've even got to know their orders.
I love being able to chat with customers, to be able to take the time to just listen when they have something they want to talk about.
The coffee house has become particularly popular with parents and carers. We've a group of childminders who meet here every Tuesday.
Then there's a group of ladies from Darwin Manor who join us for a cup of fair trade tea or coffee every Monday.
And we've been the venue for community gatherings like the Time Bank project. People also hold business meetings here, or simply pop in to pick up a bacon roll or muffin. 19
has become a place of refuge and relief despite the general noise level. We see customers reading, studying, writing and working, as well as chatting with friends.
As a volunteer, I see 19 being a comfortable setting for people to get to know others, both the people in that day's team and the customers.
I have a lot of positive moments here. I am able to improve my English.
We have been surprised by how much the coffee house has become the open door of the church during the week. We are here for the community when they come in looking for something, perhaps for comfort, guidance, or maybe even something of God.
I enjoy the opportunity to talk to people who are not churchgoers in a relaxed situation, and hopefully help them to realise just how easy it is to be part of our church when you have children, and so both adults and children can come to know the joy of knowing Jesus.
One thing that has really struck me about the coffee house is how it's become a place where we've seen God's love at work in very practical ways, as these stories show.
I first came in here when I was at a real low. I think 19 The Coffee House literally saved my life. I've been made to feel welcome. They were there for me when I needed somebody. In the coffee house I met some people who are living out their faith, not preaching at me. It's a community I want to be part of.
I hadn't been volunteering at 19 for long when David had a serious car accident. I didn't know what the future for our family may hold. David was moved from intensive care after 3 weeks, but we didn't yet know what kind of recovery he would make. 4 weeks later, David was transferred to a rehabilitation centre for a further 8 weeks. He gradually returned home and was keen to do something to get back into the swing of everyday life. His injuries meant returning to work was a gradual process. By volunteering at 19, David gained some confidence and support. He enjoyed his time and felt welcomed. It was a difficult time in our lives, but 19 holds a special place in my heart and always will.
Listening to these stories reminds us of how much God has done here. When we opened, we hoped to make a difference to our customers. We never guessed the difference it would make to the volunteers. There's great comradeship, and an amazing support network has built up between us. On occasion, volunteers have come into 19 not in a good place emotionally. They don't necessarily want to talk about things, but by the end of the shift they are in a better place.
New projects have come out of the original vision, such as the Fathers and Children's Breakfast, which gives men a chance to spend valuable time with their children.
Of course, there are plenty of challenges in running a coffee shop staffed by volunteers. People often juggle their shifts around school runs or other responsibilities, which can be tricky. But what's been great is how we've seen each other through some really tough times. That's real life. We support each other.
We also have the challenge of walking the fine line between providing a non-threatening environment where all are welcome, whoever are on their journey of faith, whilst being overtly Christian enough for those looking for support and guidance.
It is a massive privilege to serve and welcome people into the church. We have great fun in the kitchen and lots of laughter, especially when it gets busy. It has been wonderful to see what God has done through the coffee house.
It has taken us on a real journey of faith.